Should you always tell the truth? I think we'd say yes. Should you always tell all the truth? That's a more complicated question. And it's one I run into when I'm looking at a guy named Joseph in the Old Testament. Because Joseph had 10 older brothers. And one day Joseph had a dream where there were 11 sheaves of grain where you pile them up after you've harvested them. And 10 of them are bowing to one, and he's the one. And he hurries and goes and tells his 10 older brothers that he's had a dream that all of them are going to bow down to him. And then he has another dream involving the stars and the sun and the moon. And in that dream too, he's the one everybody, this time including his mom and his dad, are bowing down to him. And Genesis 37 verse 10 says, when he told his father as well as his brothers, his father rebuked him and said, what is this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you? And his brothers were jealous of him. See, Joseph told all the truth. And can I tell you, that's not always a good idea. Matter of fact, frequently, it's a bad idea. But Steve, don't they need to know? No, they don't. Jesus said it this way. He was talking to his followers. He said, I have much more to say to you, more than you can now bear. I have things to say to you that you're not ready for, that would not be helpful, that would not be productive for you becoming the person that God wants you to be. Now, in my life, I am an always on help people become closer to Christ. I can't turn it off. When I'm talking to my best friends, I'm thinking, okay, how can we make this conversation so that this person thinks about God and makes one step toward God? When I'm talking to somebody who's as far from God as they can get, I'm always thinking, how can I help this person make a step toward God? And one of the biggest ways that you do that is you say, can they bear, can they handle, are they ready for the truth that I could give them now? And frequently, people aren't ready for certain types of truth, certain things that may be true, but they're not advanced enough, they're not ready to handle it, or it's just such a big deal, they're not ready for it. So just running around saying, well, I'm speaking the truth, not necessarily always a good idea. Because my job is to love people. And loving means speaking what they can bear so that they can become who God wants them to be. So always tell the truth. But be considerate of how much truth the person is ready to handle. And that's today's Jumpstart.